All right, welcome to video 3 of the Picasso Portrait. So here we go. I'm looking at this kind of cursed image here, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking to get what we want. It looks like a Picasso that was made with photos instead of paint. So what we're going to do though is we're going to turn this into black and white. So I've got the eyeball on top, and then I got everything else grouped together. Um, Guess I could just throw this into that group. I'm going to just drag this into the group, and it's right on top of the same spot here. Um, or I could move that right out, just so you know you can be moving these in and out of the group. What I want to do is change this black and white, but I'm not going to go to image adjustment and change it to black and white here. Instead, I'm going to go to layer and new adjustment layer. So this again would be where all the non-destructive changes live. And I could also do it right from my adjustments panel. I switched my view from list to, oh, it's freezing here, from list to seeing them all at once. And this is black and white here, the one that is just got black and white in the icon. So just click on that, and you can see I have a black and white adjustment layer above all these things. So you can see that it changes, it makes everything beneath it black and white. And I could also get pretty crazy here with how I make this black and white with all the different channels. But we're not going to get into all of that. Well, I could also just clip it so it only changes the layer right beneath it by clicking right here. You can see that looks really weird because I just clipped it to only the eyeball, so now it's only the eyeball is black and white. So we're going to unclip that. So that's definitely not what we're going for. Um, to create the color background, so we got the black and white looking good. To create the color background, I'm going to add a solid color adjustment layer. So when I click on this here, a whole adjustment layer that basically is going to fill the entire canvas with a color of my choosing. So let's do a burgundy color here. So I've got a burgundy color and everything is filled. So this is kind of another way of like reverse painting. So I have this entire frame filled with burgundy, but if I click on the mask, now I could actually paint with like a gradient or like a giant brush. So I'm going to change the brush hardness to 0, which it is, and then I'm going to change the size. Oops, I'm going to do that here to really big, and then I could that kind of creates a vignette. So I'm going to press Z so I could zoom out a little bit here, and then go back to the brush. And now, if I'm going to paint with white to reveal some of that burgundy around the edges. That looks like it might be a little too much, so I'm going to make the brush a little smaller. Hit X to paint with black. And there we go. I've got a nice little frame there. And then I definitely want to hit Control S to save this. So I got a Photoshop file that's saving my 2 adjustment layers, my group layers, and my eyeball layer. All right, so I got my Photoshop file good to go. So I'm going to hit Control 0, which fills the frame. Oh my gosh, that is looking so good. Last thing I want to do is if I need to export this. So I go to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy, and then I could change this to a JPEG or a GIF or a PNG, depending on what I need. Change the image size here. And I'm going to change this to 800. And you can see I'd automatically adjust the height. And then if I click Done, it's actually just saving the settings. If I click Save, then I'm going to add one. And I would make sure I put this in the folder for this project. So that's how I would click Save right there. All right, and that's it. We have successfully made a Picasso self-portrait. Have a wonderful day.